What's good, YouTube? Lamb the Ultimate Form here, back again once again. And today I have decided to take a foray back into Anthem and try out the new Cataclysm event that has been happening over the course of the last month. And I have to say, I'm impressed. I'm actually rather impressed. In addition to the actual event itself, BioWare have implemented one of the most frequently requested changes to the armament system, which is the addition of melee weapon slots. So each javelin now has 2 equipable melee types to add to their melee slot. This does also change and buff the overall power level, which is also quite helpful. In addition to that, they have also added 3 new weapon types. One is the Bolt Rifle. If you remember back to the original E3 presentation and trailer, they showed off a weapon called Java's Wrath, which is now in the game. A Blade Chaser, I think it's called. And then there was another energy-based weapon that they put into the game. And I got a chance to try out 2 of those weapon types, and they're quite different. The integration of energy weapons into a game like this very much changes battlefield confrontations, as well as the way your team confronts any particular enemy. So, on to the Cataclysm itself. From what I understand, and from what I had to read up before doing this video in particular, and what I experienced doing it myself, the Cataclysm is a particular set of missions that take place on a separate map, which has you going around and completing or taking points of interest, and that results in a confrontation with a boss at the end, which gives you an overall score based on the points that you've accumulated over the course of the Cataclysm. Now, there are several other factors that go into the Cataclysm itself. One of those is the fact that you are sitting in the middle of a giant Cataclysm and a Shape of Storm. This Shape of Storm, unlike other Shape of Storms you've experienced throughout the game, influence your armor and the things that are going on around you. If you understand the lore of Anthem, a Shape of Storm or Cataclysm is the over-activity of the Anthem and the changing of reality. I'm not very clear on the context of why this event happens, but there is context to it that I haven't bothered to read up just yet. I might make another video further down the line, or put it as a pinned comment, the context of this Cataclysm event altogether. That being said, the event itself, for me at least, is quite fun. I had quite a trying time figuring out what I was doing and how to do it. Unfortunately for me, some of the interact prompts for me, I don't know, I guess it didn't happen to the rest of the team I was with, but the interact prompts for me didn't function very well, so I wasn't able to partake in all of the tasks directly in terms of solving them myself. But that's neither here or there. The map is made up of several points, as I mentioned before, and each one has a series of tasks you have to complete using much of the mission structures you would have done in the main game, including deactivating pylons, which you see in this one, collecting echoes, putting back together Shape of relics, and so on and so forth, all the while being bombarded by enemies. One of the other things that they added as a trial for the Shape of relic is the fact that you are affected by the Shape of Storm that surrounds you, and this slowly wears out your armor, so you have to manage kind of dealing with the Shape of Storm, or the influence of the Shape of Storm as you go through the missions. You're also given a timer, so you have to complete the Cataclysm within a set number of minutes. I think we did it in about 30 minutes, 32 minutes, 34 minutes. and you get given extra time after you complete each task. The map itself is rather substantial. I didn't take a look at it before, but I'm pretty sure that I could find I could take a screenshot at some point, and if I do another video, and show off the map. And it has you traveling from point to point with your squad and tapping each task in turn.
You want a battle? You can have one.
My thoughts on the tasks themselves is pretty much still in line with those of the community. Each task is not, I wouldn't say repetitive, because for me I'm a very simple person and I enjoy the gameplay loop of this game. But the tasks are the exact same as those that you would do during the main story and the side quests that you do in the game, bar a few changes here and there and the way that your team has to work together.
I can sense a crystal up ahead.
Having said that,
What's all this for?
there are very much moments where they very much, and by they I mean BioWare, they very much took the time to design the trials in such a way where it demands teamwork. It's not just, hey, whoever's got the biggest gun hit something. And that was rather enjoyable. It was a nice surprise. It was a nice change of things. They designed the map really well and used the map as a tool to develop the tasks that you have to do. Another critique I have, and it's something that stemmed from a few of the missions that were broken for a long time due to it, is some of the bosses and mini bosses are far too easy to take down. And this partly came out of the fact that they didn't want to make bosses and mini bosses bullet sponges. There are very nuanced techniques and ways to defeat enemies very quickly in the game, in addition to having strong weapons and then firing those specials off all at once. But and you will see at the end of this video that myself and the person using the Colossus managed to take down the boss by ourselves, despite being a team of 3, before our third teammate even made it to the final area. And that leads to a very anticlimactic end to the mission, because if that's the case, I'm pretty sure I could have left the person in the Colossus to do that all by themselves, and they probably would have succeeded without any problems. Another good thing that came out of the Cataclysm is the frequency of loot. Now, loot was a big problem for the game for a long time, after somehow creating a bug that increased the loot and then literally hours later patching it back up. The loot feels a little bit more satisfying. I didn't get as many I got 7 legendaries. I got 1 legendary and 1 legendary and 7 masterworks. But the majority still was epic rarity loot. I got a few, I think I got like 1 uncommon and then like a few rares, but mostly epic rarity loot. Got a whole host of embers and chimeric compounds, but overall I got at least, I think it was at least 30 individual pieces of gear, and that felt very satisfying. That allowed me to change up my setup and think about new builds that I want to make. All in all, I think the Cataclysm was a great idea and was executed in such a way where, of course, there are always ways to make it better, but as a base, it was really enjoyable to take part in it, even without having to communicate with the people that I was on the team with. I would love to do this event with my friends because 1, I can talk to them, and 2, they're really good at the game and they're far better at it than I am. But other than that, kudos to BioWare Despite the problems, trials and tribulations that they have faced, they are now in the process of creating the game that they wanted to make in the first place. Do bear in mind that the Cataclysm is several months late. They created a roadmap for this, and then it went away, went down the party, but now they've done it and they have set the groundwork for a cycle of events that will hopefully see the revival of this game and renew the hopes of those people who were very excited about this game back when it was released. I'm going to leave you guys to watch the rest of the footage that I took. Feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below on your thoughts and feelings. Also feel free to critique my playstyle, because I know I'm not very good at third-person shooter games and FPSs in general. So yeah, feel free to drop a like, subscribe if you have not already, share with your family and friends. Make sure you do leave a comment in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts and feelings. I've been your boy Lanny Form. I will catch you guys later.
The crystal's open. We're done here. Ready to move on?
Fine. You want to bang? You can have one.
That's helped stabilize you. A shaper relic in pieces here.
A cataclysm starting inside a cataclysm?
There's no sign of one. I suspect Vara doesn't know much about silencing relics, so what she does.
But the Dominion does break and manipulate relics all the time.
In Vara's mind, messing up a relic is how you get results. Silence it to end wherever she started here. Don't enter that field while you're carrying anything. Shut down that field to get the relic fragments out. some more time now. Well done. Head for the crystal. One less crystal to worry about.
Persistent, but stupid. You wanted my attention. Now you have it.
Looks like a military base.
Be a great spot if not for the constant storm.
The beach, the base, even the soldiers are creations of the Cataclysm. I wonder what will happen to all this once we silence it.
Only one way to find out.
left in there. The console is locked. Someone here must have a key for it. Must have felt that. All the energy around you just shifted.
Persistent, but stupid. You wanted my attention. Now you have it.
You have a little more time now. The crystal here seems to be inside some elaborate building.
Where do these ruins and things come from? They weren't here before the Cataclysm.
Mara is creating them. This could be a place in the north, or from a story she remembers. Doorway open. By my estimate, you have about 5 minutes left in there. crystal. That's helped stabilize you. It's down. Well done.
Did you want to face me? Come, I'll grant your wish. Killers. He was weak, unfocused, distracted by ambition. I'm not. I can rename the world.
You have to stop. This plan can't work. Your world is collapsing as we speak.
I can keep it alive by will alone, but you won't live to see it. Is not the end. I still command this reality. I will return.
Down. May, how do I silence this cataclysm?
I don't understand it. If I was controlling the cataclysm, it should have stopped. Or at least weakened. But nothing seems to have changed.
So now what?
This reality is still unstable and about to collapse. Come back to the fort before you get caught in it. We can plan our next step there. Only 1 minute left.